next video I'm gonna upload here, I'm psyched as hell. It's gonna be something I was asked to direct, arrange, edit, let's say, but nonetheless put together for Jethro's Skull. And the song, the band all together, no question, but the song, American Dream, is fucking awesome, man. It's like, take away the Los Angeles production from Los Exorcisto, White Zombie, Motorhead style, Outlaw Anthems era, Blood for Blood, catchy but aggressive Ramones, just a mean-ass anthem that's infectious as hell. And yeah, I'm putting that up in like the next couple days. But alright, now on to the main subject. I realize what I'm putting across here at the surface is a pretty damn bold thing to assert. That's no question. So, the following disclaimers. Please, I beg you to know, this is not in any way imaginable intended to be a knock, as you'll see at bands now being promoted by the mainstream or what's currently considered the height of popularity or something in heavy music. Because even though that stuff's not my bag, it's also just not my style to talk shit. That's just me as a person. There's tons of other people out there to do that, and I admit I'm even entertained by it. But I never try to tell anybody else what I think they should or shouldn't do or nothing. I just don't criticize other bands, even if I don't like them. And the other thing is, with music being all about viewpoint, I'm not gonna claim the following assertion's been compiled by a big bunch of empirical research I did or something, because it's just simply a suspicion or a hunch, so I'll happily concede to the fact that I could be dead wrong here. And as a matter of fact, side note, that's the reason I got Prove Me Wrong in the title. Not because I'm trying to be a smart ass, because I actually hope to learn, like, from you about stuff you may know that I don't. But I wouldn't have pondered this if not for feeling like very often you seem to come across people claiming that modern heavy metal's become very bland or unoriginal. And I think I now know why, like I understand that mindset. The following disclaimer, if you will, is that I don't put fault on new bands themselves, and I don't because by God is it plain to see that they are certainly trying to be as creative as they can be. One example of the style I'm talking about is that stuff that uses those like fucking 36 string guitars and synths and triggers that sound like a goddamn train track and all that sort of shit. And one of the complaints, even across the age spectrum I've noticed, yeah, even some of the Zoomers are singing this, it seems to be that it lacks hook or melody or that it doesn't make proper use of the riff. Which brings me to the reason I think you hear a lot of people claiming that metal today isn't original at the moment. Here's the frame. The other day I'm listening to Psalm 9, Trouble, their debut. First song, Tempter, fucking amazing, man, literally a headbanger's dream. Next song, Assassin, amazing bridge. Victim of the Insane, again, brilliant, masterful doomy riff with an organ on top of it. And then Revelation, Bastards Will Pay, all the way up to Tales of Brave Ulysses, the last song. Psalm 9 is a mind-blowingly awesome riff record. And then the next in their lineup, The Skull, I don't need to say much about it. If you know it or if you don't, you may be aware it's regarded as a fucking death-defyingly immortal release. The Afternoon draws on with many other obvious biggies in the background, Death Penalty and Friends of Hell, Witchfinder General, Master and Volume 4, and it was really during Death Penalty when I had the revelation where I might have figured this whole today's metal is bland thing out. Because I was just like, I've heard these albums a million times, but for whatever reason in that moment I was like, these riffs are the musical equivalent of fucking smack, man. Like their hooks are just like, yeah, they hook you. And dude, if there was a gun to my temple and some kind of fucking cables or something attached to me like in a lie detector test, and I had to submit what I thought made up the absolute gold standard of all-time perfect riffs, and provided the gunman wasn't a complete sadist and allowed me to name more than just one song, out of my mouth you'd hear No Stayer, Witchfinder General, the main riff after the intro, Megalomania, Sabbath, again the main riff after the long intro, Supernaut, the chorus, A Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Sabbath with Tony Martin, and either /N, Deuce and Nothing to Lose, Kiss, See You in Hell, Grim Reaper. Unfortunately for me though, the trigger definitely be pulled because I'd know that I forgot about 90 others. Hell, maybe something you'd pick. Note the years released too, 72, 74, 75, 82, and 83. Now if those are 100% perfect in my eyes, I obviously also acknowledge the thousands and thousands of the other classics that are 99.99 infinitesimal% also just as amazing. And so my friends, therein lies the answer I think I figured out as to why there seems to be an attitude that today's stuff is nothing compared to what was written during the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Because all the good riffs were already written, and there just ain't that many more combos people can think of to wow the shit out of society. I mean, obviously not all, but like, there's a word I'm trying to think of that I can't remember right now, but like, what's that one fact or truth about the guitar that says like, there's only 12 major scales or something? Basically trying to say that you only got so many options to work with. And believe me, I can name you a shit ton of bands out today, new bands from the last 10 or so years that I love. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this channel if I didn't, because I really try to focus primarily on newness, whether from old bands or new, like their output. But what do these new bands that I love sound like? They're all doing the classic style with an influence that's undeniably old school, and they just managed to come up with new arrangements or chord progressions or something that doesn't make them a carbon copy of Sabbath or Slayer or Priest or any of the forefathers, but still pretty damn close sound-wise. But like, Take Offense, Acid Mammoth, PSYCHLONA, hell, Steel Panther even. I mean, that one's obvious, but I love them. All those bands are openly and unapologetically throwback tributes to the originators, for which I got no problem with, man, and frankly, I'm happy about. Currently at the top of the charts, though, your options are what is known as deathcore, a sound that is very linear to me, meaning all the songs kind of sound similar. Or this strange type of thing called post-hardcore, like that Falling in Reverse band that got into all that trouble last year because they're missing laptops, who I honestly didn't know how their sound was described as, so I googled it and it said, get ready for this is like a friggin' trigonometry problem or something. It's a combination of, quote, post-hardcore, metalcore, rap metal, pop punk, electronica, hard rock, alternative rock, glam metal, and emo. Wow. From that list, I can get down with glam metal and that's it. Or hard rock, but again, I just call that heavy metal. But if that's all true, doesn't that mean that the band's gotta work extra hard to be considered even mildly original? Like as if to say they can't just depend on one style to be successful, because hey, it's already been done to death, you know? So that's why I'm not shitting on any new band that I might not like, because I understand there's a goddamn mountain of stuff that's already been here for decades that their hits probably ain't gonna beat in terms of staying power. Maybe I'm wrong, but they still need to be able to have fun and go for something in life that makes them happy. So hey man, to those bands, I say, somebody like me may not be able to sing a ton of your praise, but I'm still rooting for you to be able to hit the road and act like idiots and see new places and form relationships and shit, so good luck, young, old, whatever. Am I fucking like way off here? You know, I hope I am. I really do, because that means there's people out there, maybe you perhaps, that can expose me to stuff I don't know about, because believe me, I'm all ears, man. I have an open mind and an open heart for just about anything heavy musically speaking. So yeah, dude, alright, that's what I had to say. It's certainly nothing too earth-shattering, but I thought the answer was so simple as to why some people say a lot of stuff isn't as exciting as older styles. Like, it's probably got nothing to do with anything societal or external from music itself, like that I'd imagine at least, but the hell do I know? But alright dudes, I am done. Next week I'm dropping Jethro Skull's new video here, and the song's fun as hell, so be sure to check that out. But in the meantime, if you did like this video, cool man, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then hit that subscribe button, dude, and we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew, but until then, stay cool, my friends.